So if you're looking to get your house, exterior house painted, and you're doing your due diligence, you're looking around, we have Rick here from Somerset Painting. Rick, what are some of the questions that an exterior painting, professional should answer for me up front when I'm looking to get my house painted?
Yeah, well, it should answer that they have liability, insurance, right? Painters are one of the highest categories of accidents. In Michigan, you should have a builder's license, which I swear 90% don't.
Uh-huh.
They've got some sort of little doing business as in a card. I swear they don't have a license. So therefore, if you have a problem and you have a legal issue, that's on you. You hired a guy who's not licensed. They'll tell you they're licensed, so you want to see it.
Okay.
So they get that from us on the first email from my secretary. My builder's license, my workman's comp, right? Your workman's comp, one of the guys falls off a ladder, somebody's going to pay. Those are really critical. So critical, I almost forget, because we've sent them out with when we put you on the calendar to come give you a quote, you have that from us before you even ask.
Right.
So, let's see, what else?
What kind of paint you're going to use?
What kind of paint you're going to use is big. We've talked about that a little bit before, but you're paying for labor, so get the highest quality paint. We've talked about that before. We always use the highest quality. But one you don't think to ask is, tell me about your caulking. Tell me about your caulking. What kind? We talked about caulking before.
We did.
But we didn't talk about what kind. I'm kind of crazy. I love a good window, and I love a good caulk job. I'm so much of a painter. When I see a rag, I go, that makes a nice rag, Randy.
I think you got paint in your blood, Rick.
I do. But caulking is huge.
Yeah.
Again, you can tell a Somerset job by caulking, because I have to teach all my painters who've painted for 15, 20, 30 years. They don't know how to caulk because no other company has cared enough to use a polyurethane, sticky, gooey, hard to manage, can't get it off my hands, instead of latex, which is a whole nother ballgame. And so we do that, and people love it. Up by the chimney, I'll fix stuff they never even know. I'll send them a picture of what's going on, why that's leaking inside, right? Just a picture. And then I'll put caulk jobs are more than just for the paint. They save people a lot of money when you do it right. And recently I just took down 3 antennas a guy wasn't using. 3 of the dish antennas.
Wow.
I go, are you using any of those? He goes, no, I'm not using any of them. They're so ugly, they ruined my paint job. So we'll take those down, but when you take them down, you can get leaking in the roof, right? So you got to be careful. So you use a polyurethane caulk there, and it doesn't leak through the roof, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good insight. And it's funny, when Rick talked about the caulk, we got a whole nother video on that, on the importance of that. You don't think about that with a painters coming out and doing caulking, but Rick and his crew at Somerset, it's not just about making your house beautiful and beautiful for a long time. It's about even protecting the house itself. So they're going to make sure it's in tip-top shape and is going to stay that way. So continue looking at some other painters, keep doing your due diligence, but you're maybe going to want to come back and talk to Rick and Somerset. SomersetPainting.com is where you can see some of those other videos I was just talking about. There's a button there where you can schedule an estimate. And when you do, Rick's going to come out and walk around with you and take a look at your house and tell you what he's got in mind. And, you're going to get a complete estimate, and at 18 points in terms of just prepping your house, they do quality work. So yeah, you're gonna have some good questions to ask some of these other painters you're interviewing, but you may come right back to SomersetPainting.com. Head to the website right now, SomersetPainting.com.